Hello. I am jumping on here to share a little bit about my software upgrade experiment. I'm on day, I just looked, 46, 48, somewhere in there. And I'm going to give you a little update and why I realized certainty changes everything. If you followed me for any length of time, then you can feel it. It's undeniable. So I got to this place where I needed something different. I had gone months, maybe even years of feeling stuck. And I can take a lot of action, a lot of forced action. So that's not my problem. I don't freeze. But I can take a lot of action that I'll burn out. And I knew that something was not quite aligned. Something was a little off. Sometimes it felt like a lot and sometimes a little. And I realized it was time to choose something different. Different than I had chosen before. Different than I was sitting with. And it hit me like a lightning bolt where I realized it's just time to do something else. I can't keep doing things the way they go. You know that process where you're not sure, do I keep going because maybe I haven't given it a fair shake, or do I need to pivot? That's the big distinction. Do I need to see this through? You know that meme with the two guys that are digging and they're like right in tandem with each other, and one gives up right as he's like inches away from the gold mine and the other guy keeps going. He's right there. You're like, do I need to keep going? It's right there. Or is it time to pivot? And I had felt as though I had pivoted many a times. Many times. When will this work? I was thinking. And so I decided, and I'm so glad I filmed it. If you go back to the video right before my first software upgrade video, I share where I said, I'm done and I'm choosing something else. And I'm going to put myself through an experiment because my human design loves to be a little scientist in the lab and make sure it works for me. Because I was at this place where I have done so much. I've done a million trainings, worked with a lot of different coaches, and put myself in a lot of high-level spaces and investments. And I'm like, why is this not shifting? I know this is possible. I know it's possible. You don't need to convince me. I know it's possible, but why is this? Why? So I said, okay, forget it. I am not going to consume. Like I cut 99.99%. I was listening to a little bit of one thing. And I'm going to listen to where I'm led. And that involved putting myself through a pretty hefty sprint. I didn't know what. I just said, okay, I'm going to do all these things. And I outlined it on here too. So that's on day 2, I believe, of the software upgrade. I outlined how I started, which is basically just meditating multiple times a day, journaling multiple times a day, visualizing my future self. And basically, anytime there was dead space or low space, I was focused on who I was becoming. And it's interesting when one is waiting for clarity. Clarity, will you come? I'm waiting for clarity before I take action. When I started rehearsing being the person that already had whatever, then the clarity came. What? Then the clarity came. Oh, of course. Of course. I was being it, and the clarity came. And everything started to click into place. And so at the beginning of the software upgrade, I didn't realize that I was installing certainty. I didn't realize that at first. It wasn't until after. And this is how a lot of these things go. You don't realize the how until you've gone through it. And I literally just allowed myself to be self-led with each piece. When I was inspired to sing, I sung. When I was inspired to dance, and I was all from a point of view of circulating a lot of energy to get my body online to hold a bigger capacity. Because I've done all the mindset work, okay? I'm like, I know about confidence or certainty. I know about it, but does my body know about it? And that was the big click. So I followed simply what my body led me to do. The intuitive pings. Whatever felt light, that's what I chose. And I was very focused on not doing anything that would shift my frequency. And so one night I was enjoying time with my husband in our TV room, and I was reading the one book I was letting myself consume. And he was watching the P. Diddy documentary, if you will. And I was like, I'm focusing on my frequency. I can't look at that. Just turn it down while I read. I was focused. But I couldn't, something pinged me to watch it. So I followed that. Again, science experiment. And I just posted today the clip that clicked it for me. Because I have been around unhealthy, narcissistic leaders throughout my life. Ballet environments, multiple different things, even within my psychology days. And there's something I've noticed, especially within the past couple of years, was why are they so successful? Tell me about that. Why is that? I don't get it. It's like people go, huh. They just follow them and they kind of the red flags melt away or something. What is that? I'm curious. I've done the manifestation work. Manifestation point of view never really aligned with for me. I see the P. Diddy clip of him being so convicted. Whatever I want, I get. Having a temper tantrum, of course. But if you remove the narcissistic toxicity out of it, and you just look at the certainty frequency, that's it. That energy is it. That is the energy that bends reality. That is the energy that calls in whatever you desire. That's it. No wishing, no hoping, no waiting for proof, no hesitating. To the point that we say, you're delusional. It's like, well, yes, I am. And look, now I've created it. And it hit me that, holy cow, that's what hit me so hard. And I realized that is it. That's everything. Here we are kind of all over the place. I need to manifest this. Let me do money mindset work. Let me heal some more. Let me do my inner child work. We're doing all these different things. It's like our energy is split, scattered. Because when you laser focus your energy like a light, when you put a magnifying glass, sun shines through the magnifying glass, you can set a leaf on fire. But if the sun is just shining, the leaves are fine, right? They don't catch on fire. You laser focus your energy. So what if you didn't have to do all that other stuff? You could focus on one thing and it would change your entire reality. Now, if you told this to me a couple months ago, just told me, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I've You guys are all, But I have to put myself through these things and experience the transformation for me to be so convicted about something. Because in the past, it's like, oh yeah, maybe it'll, And I'm like, this is it. Because within 24 hours of me putting myself through this experiment, I was already starting to feel my mood way better. I was like, okay, well, clearly we're going to go for this for a little bit. 48 hours, I was having this awareness of, it was before I'd seen the P. Diddy thing. And I felt like I'd cracked a code energetically. I didn't have words to it, but I knew I was onto something. I'm like, this is huge. This is huge. And something is aligning right now. I'm not sure what it is. And I share it in like video 3 or 4. But I'm on to something. And then cut to day 38 and I'm launching this whole program. My life's work, if you will. In the process of this experiment, I dove in deep with every clarity download that came through, workshopped it, flushed it out. And that's where the immense awareness of, okay, this certainty is it. It is it. Backed by all the mind-bending research, neuroscience, it's it. It is a certainty. That's what shifts reality. But we are conditioned to do the opposite, to doubt ourselves, to not recognize our power. It keeps us controlled. I'll leave that at that. But at first I was thinking, well, this is amazing. How cool is this? Like, what can I create with this? Because not only do I feel better, but now I feel very empowered to wield my reality, if you will. I'm like, clearly that's how narcissists do it. Without the actual training, they just naturally be it, right? Because they're so disconnected from their bodies, because being too connected, it's like doubt doesn't exist because they're dissociated from their body. But if you're self-aware and you have done the healing, then you're connected to your body and you are aware of doubt frequency. And so that is what stops you. That's what stops you. But it doesn't stop these other people who are very successful, leading us, the collective, the world, in all sorts of capacities, all sorts of levels, whether it be in your personal life, with the collective, whatever. They are leading because they are faster and don't hesitate, and they don't doubt themselves. And so it very quickly became much more than wanting to share with folks how to change their reality through certainty. It became a conviction for me to empower people, because I don't want to see this same reality. I'm sure you don't either. I desire self-aware, healed, expansive people to lead, to guide us. Again, at all levels. At the community, at the government, at all levels. And what's that going to take? What is that going to take? That's what I asked myself. And that's when just the whole MM program came through, because I asked that question. And I kept rehearsing my future self. I'm like, what is this? Of course, that's when the clarity dropped in. Oh, this is much bigger than, okay. Okay, I'm ready. Because that's it. There is no waiting. No waiting till you're ready. It's now. You choose now. You don't need another training. You don't need more proof. You don't need more followers. You don't need more validation. You don't need your videos to get more views. You move. You move first. And you don't allow whatever's happening externally to affect what you choose. Meaning, this video only got a few views, so I'm not going to post again today. Or like, I'm not going to post until I get... Other people have already made 100 more, let's knock my water bottle over, 100 more decisions. Right, wrong, good, bad choices. They've moved. It's not about making the one right decision or only making sure it's like fully aligned. Yes, you want to create a life and flow and be aligned, but you will only discover that once you have the contrast. Once you have the separation, right? The opposite. Oh, that doesn't feel so good. I had to go through a couple years of that. A couple years. Continuing to show up. Being like, well, I don't know. Do people think I bought followers? Because I did. I bought followers. I organically grew in 2020, and then what happened? I pivoted a lot and I lost my flow. But I want to say it's back. It's not back, it's different. I've stepped in a whole other frequency and I am here for it because it feels good. I feel aligned, empowered, and with a deep purpose to facilitate people's shifts. Because to me, this is about creating personal sovereignty. I've always been about that, encouraging clients that it's about trusting you, what you know, your intuition. I've always been about that. I don't want you dependent on me. No. Go fly. Be free. Create your own. That, what a gift. What a gift. And thank you. I got very tired of being in a lot of coaching spaces, high level coaching spaces. Like, I made some investments, okay? And I'm like, what are you even saying? Sometimes it was, wow, you were just really good at sales and marketing. And I did not get anything from this. Others were better. And a lot of them were, well, be in my frequency. Be in my energy and it will rub off on you. Do you know how many times I re-listen to calls and I'm like, okay, get what you're saying. You're saying like, don't give away your power and you just decide and you just move. I'm like, I get it. But I didn't get it because I wasn't being that way. I wasn't functioning that way. So I didn't really get it. I am a process girly. Anyone else? I need a process. Tell me step by step how to do it and I will do it. When I'm in the proximity spaces, those spaces, I'm like, ooh, I feel inspired for a day, for the moment. Maybe I'll like shift things or I'll try to mimic what they're doing. It's not about mimicking. It's not about mimicking. It's about aligning to your frequency. What's true for you? What's going to work for you? What excites you? And not even mimicking my frequency. It's here to activate you because you're like, what is that? And if you've been around, she's changed. What is that? That's different. What would it take for me to be my own version of that. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. I know, right? Give me the answers. And so I realized I have not been in a space where I felt like I had a process to do this. So not only did the software upgrade give me the clarity on, it's not even the missing piece because it is the entire enchilada. It's the entire puzzle to me because this one thing shifts everything. It's kind of like, when you have issues going on in your body and then you go off like trying to treat all the symptoms and you're like all over the place, scattered treating the symptoms versus like looking at the root cause. Like, what if doubt is your root cause of everything? What if? And what if you chose something else? So in the software upgrade, I realized that it was the certainty. And there's a very simple process to do it. You just have to be willing to do it. Willing, ready to make a decision over your current situation. Because there is something about if you're not in enough pain, enough emotional pain with your current situation, you won't change because you're half in. Half in, I'm half in. No. And certainty isn't that. Certainty is conviction. Moving. No hesitation. That's it. So with the upgrade, the software upgrade, it gave me the clarity of processes that would facilitate this transformation for people. And not just my energy, but other people's energy. Because that's also been something that I've always been very thoughtful about is not everyone functions the way I function, obviously. And everyone has a very unique energetic signature blueprint and they have to follow that. And so, yes, I created a sprint and what I did is all in MM, but also ways to adapt it to your energy. Are you neurodivergent? Do you have ADHD? Are you a projector in human design? I'm a generator. So things are different. You're going to visualize different. Maybe a structured sprint isn't for you and you need something more flowy, more somatic, etc. It's all there. It's all there. So this is not a mindset program. This is not confidence coaching. No. Full body certainty installation. Reclamation of personal sovereignty. Activation for new earth leaders. You already know. You already know. And if you hear that and be like, oh, I don't know what that means. It's like, if you're here listening, you're meant to lead in some way. In some capacity. At some level. You have a gift. You have a gift to share. And what would it take to choose that? It's changed everything for me. That's it. It's changed everything for me. And I'm very excited about this transformation that has washed over me. And I am so grateful for it every day. I'm insanely grateful for the clarity that's come through because it's changed everything. It's what I've been, I want to say like hoping for, but that's not the frequency, clearly. Certainty is. Because I was, for a long time, on the TikTok, tarot talk, you know the one. Breakthrough is right around the corner. Oh, thank God. 2 years ago. Breakthrough right around the corner. Good things are coming. Good things. They are. That's not the energy that shifts. That is not the energy that will shift you. It is not. I wish it was. because then things would have shifted faster for me. But I had to do the weird thing of be certain first with zero change in my reality. That's it. Simple. So simple, you might ignore it. So simple, you might ignore it. When you're looking for the flashy new discovery, what if you just rehearsed what was already known to you? Can you clarify this versus a forced choice? If I make a choice and move, for example, leave a job before the clarity that feels forced. You know. Alignment feels like ease. Feels like it's effortful, but I'm not pushing a boulder up a hill. That's kind of how I felt the past couple of years, where it was just like, just keep on going. It was like almost like flow feels like I took the huge rucksack off and now I'm speeding up the hill. Like it's effortful, making choices before there's evidence, because that is certainty. You choose first and reality follows. And certainty doesn't mean no doubt ever, because you're aware and doubt is a frequency and many people function from doubt. And so you are going to feel that, tune into it. It's whether or not you amplify it, you let it take control of you. That's your choice. You get to choose. So flow, yes, effortful, but nothing's in your way. Like I just kept getting in the beginning of the software upgrade, the path is clear. The path is clear. It's clear. Step on the gas. The path is clear. And it was just the clarity, download. The more I rehearsed being the person who, my clear target, then the clarity of the how to get there, then that's how it came in. You don't work the other way around. Like, oh, let me see how to step by step build this to get there. You rehearse being there, and then, you build backwards. Huge difference. Huge. Because then it wasn't, let me think of a program to sell. It was, this is a huge unlock, breakthrough for me, connection. Oh my God, this is a thing. Let me create this. Of course, it's speaking to folks that need to lead. Of course. And there's already the next advanced level. It's like I can't even physically create fast enough. Yeah, I'm currently loving the Tarot Talk energy. The energy gives me relief. And when you're there, relief is nice. And I got to the point where I was sick and tired of seeking relief. I was like, this is not my bar. That's not the bar level that I'm setting. Relief only? No. I know more is out there, and I know I can choose it. And there's no more waiting for someone else to save me. Me. I'm the source. You are the source. No one is coming. You can keep waiting for another tarot talk. I know I did. And sometimes you're there, right? We go through those seasons in life. I've had plenty. And I'm not there currently. And I don't foresee it happening again with this awareness, because everything's changed. You already know. You already know. If you've been pinged to MM, you know. Hesitation is reinforcing doubt in your brain. choosing action already activates certainty. It reinforces certainty. Movement reinforces. Movement is healing. The people that have already chosen it are messaging me. I'm already feeling the change. I'm like, I know. The content hasn't even dropped yet. What's going on? I'm already making like, holy shit changes. Like, I know. Because you've chosen. You've set it into action. You've directed the momentum to go. And so that's where they're already getting the proximity piece, if you will, because they've chosen, they're in that timeline, the timeline shifts because universe is saying, oh, you're choosing this path, here we go, let's go. And so you're already aware of what's inside without even knowing what's inside. But the real piece is getting inside, because then that is the installation piece, the process piece that I have found missing from, all the programs I've done, which is a lot. The process piece, so that it becomes installed, so that it becomes at the physical level. And it's not just when you're in the spaces you feel inspired. It's like, no, when you're out of the spaces, you know exactly what to do, squashed out in real time. Continue to reactivate certainty over and over and over and over again. Clarity comes through and you move. You move. All right. That's what I have for you today. If you have any questions about the program, feel free to DM me, and know that you know. You already know. Is now the time to move.